Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Well, I'm at the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, and actually, it's good because after a long day of work and stuff, getting this place together and things, it's given me some time to just sit here at the computer and just actually catch up on everything that is the Dallas Cowboys and so on. Jalen Tolbert, I tell you what, something that the Cowboys have found in recent years is finding guys that really and truly love football, with the exception of maybe Taco. Taco Charlton, you had to kind of wonder if Taco really and truly loved playing football. That was one of the questions that the great Charles Haley actually said. I don't know about his football IQ, and I don't know if he really and truly loves football. Because, see, when you love football, you think about football all the time. I love football. I wish I could still play football. In fact, in my mind, I think I could be good for two plays. Two plays, and that's it. And then, of course, I'd get out on the field and find out I'm not even good for half a play. But the mind still believes it. I was playing flag football, just even a few years ago, literally on one leg because I love football that much. That's where we are with a guy like Jalen Tolbert. Now, Tolbert, Dak Prescott, we heard draft night that Dak Prescott actually called him a couple of weeks before the draft. And actually, after the draft, they got talking. Jalen basically said, I look forward to working with you and everything else and blah, 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 blah. Can you send me a copy of the playbook? Because I want to get up to speed. This is a guy who now just knows I'm about to get paid. Okay. Hold on.
I fire Howard. Fucking fire that motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid. I fire his ass. I fire his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him.
Sorry. Work never ends. Had to take that call. So where was I about Jalen Tolbert? Okay, so he is truly a guy who wants to be the best and is going to put in the work. For Kellen Moore, after one day of practice, saying, this guy's already prepared. This guy is... Well, he can still recognize talent even if he doesn't know what to do with it. Actually, he's a Scott Linehan guy because Scott Linehan brought him from Detroit. He's a Detroit guy. However, it's not just him. And here's where it gets to be interesting because there's a sense that he may take the number 2 wide receiver spot. There's some people that believe he's not only going to take it in training camp, but he's going to be running through it with into the season. Because, we are kind of technically until Michael Gallup comes back. Jalen Tolbert has a big opportunity to be one of those guys. And if he can come in and start out playing well, he wouldn't be the first guy that came out the gates and did a whole lot more than what people expected. He's think about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, remember what they said in the draft about him was, if you need a backup quarterback, he's he's your guy. Um, but Russell Wilson came through there, and I'm trying to remember who it was. It wasn't Matt Castle. Seattle had paid a quarterback a whole bunch of money, free agent, and the thought was he was going to be the starter. And I'm going to have to, I'll call you back, Tracy, that he was going to be the starter. And then Russell Wilson came in there and blew everybody's doors off and never gave him the job until he went to Denver. And this could be Jalen Tolbert, that he's a guy who comes out the gates and ends up being a great player. Now, his draft prospect grade was a 6.1 that says eventually will be a starter. Well, could it be that he actually comes out as a starter? 6'1", 194 pounds, 32-inch arms. He's got great reach, great speed, 4.49, great moves. And he could definitely be a guy that could make some noise, especially when you have Dak Prescott. Because here's the thing that's interesting to me. And this is one of the reasons why, if you guys listen to me, I try and dig in deep with numbers. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you're just bullshitting us with numbers." But numbers, it's true. You can create a narrative with numbers, but I don't try to create a narrative. I'm just trying to give you the straight raw numbers. And if I give you the straight raw numbers, one thing that's happened, believe it or not, because I know a lot of you won't believe it, but when guys play with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys offense as receivers, guys who have played with, Derek Carr, who played with Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, when they come to Dallas, their yards per reception goes up. I know a lot of you guys think that Dak Prescott is garbage. I'm not one that believes that. We'll see what happens this year with Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson if Deshaun Watson gets off the hook. But we'll take Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb, after having 14.1 yards per reception in 2015, kept going downhill to the point where Green Bay said, "You're done." We signed him, and most people are like, "Why are we signing that jackass? He's done. He's finished. He's got nothing left in the tank." And lo and behold, he averaged 14.9 yards per reception. Had over 800 yards in receptions. Okay, we're talking about him only having 400 the year before. He got a big fat contract to go down with the Texans, with Deshaun Watson throwing to him. He dropped back down to like 500 yards. And his yards per reception went down to like 12 something. He goes to Green Bay. He was under 400 yards at Green Bay. So, if that's the case, if Dak Prescott is bringing out the best of these receivers, look for Jalen Tolbert to really be able to step up his game for a guy who wanted the playbook beforehand, a guy who wants to go out there and really perform, and a guy who wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. I love it. I love it. So that's what we got with Jalen Tolbert. Look for him to become a starter day one. And look for him not to relinquish it even when Michael Gallup comes back. I'm Mark Holmes, and we keeping you up to speed with everything that is the Dallas Cowboys. Peace.